November 2025, 6 officers show up at Cody Detwiler's shop and slap him with a $2 million bond. The internet explodes. WhistlinDiesel, the guy who destroys million-dollar cars for fun, is now facing felony charges that could change everything. But here's what most people don't know. This arrest is just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the chaos and destruction lies a story filled with secrets the cameras never caught. A hidden marriage that crumbled in silence. A bullet that should have ended it all. And controversies that keep piling up faster than he can destroy Ferraris. This is the real Cody Detwiler. The date was November 12, 2025, and Cody was working in his shop when 6 law enforcement officers walked through the door. No warning, no phone call, no letter in the mail, just handcuffs and a $2 million bond that sent shock waves across social media. The charges? 2 counts of felony tax evasion over a Ferrari F8 Tributo he bought back in 2023. But here's where it gets interesting. Cody had registered the car in Montana through an LLC, a loophole that luxury car owners across America have used for years to dodge sales tax. Montana doesn't charge sales tax, doesn't require emissions testing, and basically rolls out the red carpet for expensive vehicles. The problem? Cody doesn't actually live in Montana. He lives in Tennessee, and Tennessee wanted their cut, possibly $30,000 worth. What makes this case explosive isn't just the money. It's that thousands of wealthy car owners do this exact same thing and never face consequences. Walk into any high-end car meet and you'll see Montana plates everywhere. So why Cody? He believes the government is making an example of him because of his 10 million YouTube subscribers and massive social media presence. In his own words, they picked the worst person to target, and he's confident it will be the most enormous backfiring in history. Cody even claims the Ferrari caught fire months after purchase, making the entire situation even more absurd. But that wasn't the whole story. Before the millions of subscribers and the destroyed supercars, there was Ray. Most fans have no idea that Cody was married, and even fewer know the full story. He met her back in high school in rural Indiana, bonding over their shared love of trucks, heavy machinery, and farm life. They were both just 18 when they tied the knot in 2016, celebrating their honeymoon at Glacier National Park in Montana. Ray became Mrs. WhistlinDiesel online, featuring in videos where she'd smash expensive trucks with crowbars and join Cody's wildest experiments. For years, they were inseparable. At least that's what the cameras showed. But something shifted around 2020. Ray stopped appearing in videos. The couple unfollowed each other on social media. Fans started noticing the silence, but neither of them said a word. The speculation reached a fever pitch when Ray launched an OnlyFans account, something that shocked followers who knew Cody's more conservative views. Then, in July 2022, Cody finally confirmed what everyone suspected. They'd separated. He didn't post some heartfelt explanation or address the rumors directly. Instead, he just posted a photo with a new woman, Katie Miller, calling her his girlfriend. That was it. Marriage over. Ray has stayed mostly silent about the split, continuing her own social media presence under a different name. Cody eventually moved on from Katie too, and as of 2025, he's dating Russian content creator Daria Grossman. But he keeps this relationship much more private now, rarely featuring her in his main content. And what happened next would shock everyone. January 2021. Cody decided to test how many steel plates a .50 caliber bullet could pierce through. Simple experiment, right? Wrong. He set up the plates on the ground and stood just 4 feet away, a distance that any firearms expert would call insanely reckless. He pulled the trigger, and in a fraction of a second, everything changed. The massive bullet hit the steel at the wrong angle, ricocheted straight back, and slammed into his forehead. Blood immediately poured down past his eyes. He reached up and felt metal sticking out of his skull. He nearly passed out right there. Most people would panic. Most people would think their life just ended. But Cody? He grabbed his phone and took photos of his blood-soaked face before heading to the hospital. The images he posted on Instagram were horrifying. A gaping wound above his right eyebrow, blood covering his entire face, and the crumpled copper bullet jacket that had embedded itself under his skin. At the hospital, a CT scan revealed the impossible. His skull wasn't cracked. The bullet fragment was lodged in his forehead, but somehow he'd survived a direct hit from one of the most powerful rounds you can fire. His response to the incident was even more shocking than the accident itself. He posted about it casually, joking with followers, and explaining what happened like he was describing a minor scratch. Within days, he announced he'd be back to target practicing. No fear, no hesitation, just pure defiance. But that wasn't the only time he'd faced death. June 2025 brought another level of chaos when kick streamer Adin Ross agreed to collaborate with Cody. Before anything started, Cody made Adin sign what he called a guaranteed death waiver, the same paperwork Jake Paul had signed before his visit. Cody joked they hadn't had any deaths yet, but Adin was probably actually going to die. The streamer nervously laughed it off, not realizing how accurate that warning would become. During the live stream, Cody decided to drive his Tesla Cybertruck over a massive boulder. Adin immediately told him to chill, sensing this was about to go horribly wrong. But Cody was already committed, hyping up how sick it looked being on top of the boulder. Then, physics took over. The Cybertruck flipped violently, crashing down with Adin and former MMA fighter Rampage Jackson inside. When they finally got out, Adin was clutching his thigh, clearly injured and visibly shaken. Rampage had gotten hurt too. The internet exploded with clips of the crash. Some viewers thought it was hilarious. Others accused Cody of being reckless and putting people in real danger. Adin later revealed he needed medical attention for his leg, and rumors swirled that he might sue Cody over the incident. But this kind of controversy is exactly what fuels WhistlinDiesel's brand, pushing boundaries until something breaks, whether it's a vehicle or a friendship. For Cody, the crash was just another day at the office, but his legal troubles were far from over. May 2022. Cody and his friends were enjoying a day on a Tennessee lake, water skiing, and having fun. Then a middle-aged man started yelling at them, flipping them off and accusing them of making too many waves with their jet skis. Turns out the aggressive guy wasn't just some angry local, he was an off-duty police officer from Putnam County. Minutes later, uniformed officers on a boat showed up and charged Cody and his friends with recklessly operating their watercraft. This is where things got sketchy. During a court appearance in June 2022, authorities offered Cody and his friend a deal: drop the misdemeanor charges in exchange for promoting a boating safety course. Most people would have jumped at the offer to make the charges disappear, but Cody refused immediately, calling it straight-up blackmail. He promised right there in court that he'd fight the system over what he considered a total injustice. The entire situation felt suspicious to Cody. An off-duty cop gets mad at people having fun on a lake, and suddenly they're facing criminal charges? He documented the whole ordeal on video, breaking down how the confrontation started and why he believed the charges were bogus. His fans rallied behind him, seeing it as another example of authorities overreaching. The case dragged on, but Cody refused to back down. For someone who makes millions destroying vehicles, fighting misdemeanor jet ski charges might seem pointless, but for Cody, it's about the principle. Nobody tells him what to do. October 2022, photos suddenly appeared on social media showing Cody, along with his friends Justin Norton and Keller Moore, in handcuffs being arrested in Georgia. The images spread like wildfire. Fans panicked. What had WhistlinDiesel done now? The timing seemed suspicious. The poses were too perfect. The angles too convenient for people supposedly being arrested. And the biggest red flag? All three of them posted about it on social media immediately. That's not how real arrests work. Sharp-eyed fans started calling it out as staged within hours, but Justin Norton doubled down, hilariously claiming that Cody had been arrested for eating large amounts of concrete and that he couldn't provide further details at that time. The absurdity of the statement made it obvious. This was pure trolling. The whole thing was a prank, and thousands of people had fallen for it completely. This incident perfectly captures Cody's relationship with his audience and the media. He knows people are watching his every move, waiting for the next scandal or controversy. So why not create chaos just for the fun of it? The fake arrest wasn't about promoting anything or driving traffic to a video. It was simply Cody messing with people because he could. Some fans thought it was hilarious. Others felt manipulated and angry that they'd wasted emotional energy worrying about him. But Cody didn't care either way. In his world, stirring up drama, real or fake, is all part of the game. And the chaos was far from over. TikTok has never been friendly to WhistlinDiesel. The platform has deleted 3 or 4 of his accounts over the years, citing violations for dangerous activities and content that doesn't fit their guidelines. But Cody's response to the bans is pure defiance. In July 2024, he went on a rant calling TikTok a platform for genuinely brain-dead people, where only brain-rot content succeeds. One of his accounts got banned simply for posting a video where he silently stared at the camera without saying a word. TikTok claimed it was bullying. He's tried to post his usual vehicle destruction content, but the platform consistently shuts him down. Then 2024 brought something even stranger: death rumors. Social media exploded with posts claiming WhistlinDiesel had died, with some articles even publishing obituaries and tributes. The speculation spread across platforms, with fans genuinely mourning someone who was very much alive. The rumors were completely false, but they revealed just how massive his cultural impact has become. People cared enough about him that fake news of his death went viral instantly. Cody eventually addressed the rumors by simply continuing to post content like nothing happened, letting his activity speak for itself. He didn't dignify the hoax with a dramatic denial or explanation. As 2025 rolls on, he continues to deal with bans, rumors, and platforms trying to censor his content. But every deletion, every controversy, and every attempt to silence him just seems to make his fan base more loyal and his brand more valuable. At just 27 years old, Cody Detwiler has survived things that would have destroyed most people. A bullet to the head that should have been fatal. A marriage that fell apart in the public eye. Platforms that keep trying to erase him. And now, a government prosecution that's placed him at the center of a legal battle worth millions. Most people would crack under that pressure. Most people would play it safe, settle quietly, and move on. But Cody isn't most people. The arrest over the Ferrari might be the government's attempt to send a message to wealthy car owners abusing the Montana LLC loophole. But Cody believes they picked the wrong target. With 10 million YouTube subscribers and a fan base that thrives on rebellion, this prosecution might actually backfire spectacularly. Every controversy makes him more famous. Every attempt to stop him just proves he's untouchable. The tax case could drag on for years, but Cody's already turning it into content, proving once again that chaos is his currency. Whether you love him or hate him, one thing is undeniable. WhistlinDiesel has built an empire on doing exactly what people say he shouldn't. He's crashed million-dollar vehicles, survived near-death experiences, battled police over jet skis, and now he's staring down felony charges with the same reckless confidence he brings to everything else. The question isn't whether he'll survive this latest storm. The question is what he'll destroy next, and whether anyone can actually stop him before he does.